well.
Oh,
Let's let Mher finish eating.
Mher wanted to keep Bandersnatch conversation for the podcast.
Oh, yeah. I heard you guys watched it both for the first time, right?
Let's take that again when you're done eating. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah. You guys both just watched that for the first time, right?
Watch what, Mher?
Bandersnatch.
Yes,
Yeah?
we did.
Yesterday? Or recently?
Yeah, I think after our last recording. It was
Oh
cool.
yeah, that's right. Last weekend. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was cool. What do you think of it?
I liked it a lot. Yeah. It was just interesting that what they did.
With the tone
It
of your
was like-
voice, it really sounds like you love it.
I liked it a lot. Yeah. It was like very meta too, which was kind of neat.
Yeah.
Did you guys go back and like do a bunch of different scenarios and stuff, or were you just
Only
happy
when
with
it
the first
forced
ending?
us.
No, yeah. Well,
Once you were done, you were done.
yeah. Once we were done.
So
we're
you
done.
guys definitely
Really
don't
good
like it.
sticks
But-
of acid
but-
again, man.
But that was the funniest part for me and Bob. It's just like the part where, he offers him acid and it's like accept or reject, and we're both just like obviously accept. What the fuck? But no, like there was. I don't know if it happened to you when you were picking, but it like hard locks you into a choice at certain points. It makes you go back.
It was a while. So
Yeah,
it basically loops you back over if it wants you to take a certain route.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like completely free and like
But
it,
then,
it would basically
you know
become
what?
unmanageable,
Now you have this theory about it being meta that he was like, wait, we can't pick the other one because he hasn't written that other part yet. If you remember, at the beginning when you tried to choose follow this guy, worship him or whatever, he doesn't let you.
Oh, fuck, I don't even remember.
Anyway, it's the
So
it's the
basically-
game that he invented. Like he hadn't
well,
written that part
he's,
yet.
Oh, yeah.
he's showing that game, and the guy that is the head of the office guy, the guy with the
Yeah,
beard,
yeah.
is like, oh, pick that one, and he's like, oh, you can't pick that one. I haven't written it yet, and
Uh-huh.
so he tries to pick it and it crashes.
Yeah, and the
So-
same thing happens to you.
In the next choice. So when it says to choose or reject the offer that he gives you, the job offer.
When you choose it, it keeps looping.
Yeah,
It
when
just
you
redirects you until you choose
choose
what
the
you
other
want.
one. Yeah.
That is pretty meta.
Yeah, if that's exactly what they're thinking of, or maybe it's like I think even in the book or something, even in those books, I think they have things like where it kind of goes to a hard end. Like if you pick one way, the story will basically just end.
Oh yeah, like you randomly walked off a cliff. Sorry.
Right. Go back to the beginning if you want to try again.
Yeah.
Damn, I do want to go back and try to
Yeah,
fly on
yeah,
acid, man.
Yeah.
What'll happen? He just dies.
Oh, so you guys made the other guy jump?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Did you
that's
jump?
Yeah.
Did you
I
make your
did
guy?
both. I did both.
Oh, what
Okay,
happens?
don't
What
tell us.
happens?
Well, I don't wanna
tell you
I
guys.
want to
You
help. I don't want to watch that shit again, man.
No, you want to watch it again.
I do not want to watch
Dude,
it
I watched
again.
it with Jane, Kimmy, and Nudge, and we did it like I don't know. We kept going back and finding like the different like little routes, and there's a bunch of different stories in there. It's pretty cool.
I feel like I'd like to like at some point, but I feel like I'm never going to.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
who knows,
just
maybe.
it's like if I can like go through it and just go to that exact moment over and over.
Yeah.
But it's just like you got to
You
go
can't.
through. You just got to go through the.
Yeah, well, I'll give you a little.
literally no
I'll
way of
give you a
scrolling.
little meta spoiler.
It goes back. It
No,
makes you
in
choose
that no,
differently.
not like that. It's a meta spoiler.
Oh,
The meta spoiler is that in some cases the history of your decisions matter. So it's not just like a state machine. Like it depends how you got to certain points. At some
If you
Some
get to a
decisions-
certain point by going back, like other things will have changed, basically.
yeah, I mean like you can take different routes to the same point, but then that'll fork in different directions
Right.
based on how you got to that point.
Right, because there was this weird thing when we quote unquote finished it, and it asked us if we wanted to go back and
Do you
chop
wanna
the body
undo-
up instead of bury it.
Oh yeah,
And then all of a sudden, the whole story up to that point after the acid trip was that guy was missing. That other coder dude that gave you acid.
Oh, yeah, and all of a
See,
sudden
it's
he
very
shows
weird,
up.
man. This is why it's so great because you're telling me a story in a very specific way that you guys experienced it,
Yeah. Right.
and I have to try to kind of reconstruct which
Right.
story you saw, and I can
Right.
only do that because I remember doing basically a bunch of them.
Right.
So I don't specifically remember.
Well, if you
What
can
you
tell
mean.
if you tell the guy to jump off,
Yeah.
he's missing for the rest of the story.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
Oh, and
Oh,
then
yeah.
his like wife or the
Yeah.
assistant or something comes
the-
looking for him.
Yeah. The girlfriend, the wife, or the baby mama. But so that was the story for us for the second half of the movie,
And then
or
we
whatever.
Okay.
chopped them
But then like when there was an option to go back and re-choose how we got rid of the body.
Oh, okay.
And then when we chose the other option, that guy was back normal and like he wasn't missing. So it was like we missed it like configured it not back to the point where we would have chosen, but back to like a point
It
where
sounds like a glitch. Or
Yeah,
like
well,
a
it's
bug or something.
it was probably just a mistake.
Oh, that's interesting.
Because it didn't make any sense that he was back, and it didn't like mention it that he was not missing.
Oh,
or
that's
anything.
weird.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucked up. They fucked that up then.
I
thought
don't
it
know.
was pretty
I don't
tight.
know if they did, Mher. Maybe you just haven't seen all of the.
Maybe he survived the fall.
Well, yeah, I didn't explain it. I mean, like, it was because like obviously like killing the dude is happens every time, right?
Wait, which dude does he kill? His
Pop-
boss, right?
No, his dad.
He kills his dad, right? Yeah, he
Yeah.
kills his dad. Yeah.
Well, he kills his boss in a different version.
No, he doesn't. I think.
Yeah,
I think
what?
one of them, like the boss, comes knocking on the door.
Okay.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
No
Anyway,
spoilers or meta.
It's cool.
or
It was
meta-
interesting.
No, but just like that kind of devolve into madness that the main your character, the main character does.
Yeah.
And connecting it to that other dude that went mad and killed his wife or whatever, and that
Yeah, the
symbol,
writer or whatever.
the symbol that it just seemed like they could have connected those two things a little better. I don't know. It just seemed arbitrary, and then at a certain point, he's just watching
I
that
think
video.
they connected it pretty well because the whole time he's like, I don't want to do this. Somebody else is choosing it
Yeah.
for me, and that was the madness. The other writer like went into like he felt like somebody was making him do these things. Right? Was that
Yeah.
not it? Anyway.
Did you guys know that symbol was actually, that forking symbol was the same one from a different like Black Mirror episode?
Oh.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I heard they do things like that. Like you'll see like an advertisement for a thing in
Yeah.
a different Black Mirror.
Did you guys watch the most recent season
Nope.
of Black
I
Mirror?
haven't watched anything.
Oh man,
Except
I
2
really
episodes.
wish you guys would have. Except for what?
2 episodes
But there's only 3, I think.
of the whole series.
Oh,
Yeah.
so you're not super into it.
Yeah.
You should be into it. It's pretty good, man.
I should be.
Bob, you've probably seen all of them, or
I
most
should
of
be.
them?
No, not all of them, but just that. How many seasons are there now? 4.
4, 5.
Maybe 5.
So I think like the first 2 I watched all of,
Mhm.
and then a couple from the later one, on Bandersnatch.
Yeah, I still the early seasons are probably still best. I think it's getting really
Yeah.
lazy, honestly. It keeps
Yeah.
using the same ideas a lot, but let's not talk about it more because you guys
Well-
haven't seen what I'm talking about.
But Bandersnatch was unique, and that's why you liked it.
Yeah, it was pretty unique. Yeah. There's just kind of a few motifs that they keep falling back into, where it's like, okay, we kind of already sort of know this story. I don't know.
Well, I think a part of it might have to do with the first couple seasons were just I guess like a smaller BBC thing that Charlie Brooker was doing.
Yeah,
And these newer ones, I think maybe they might
the fucking Yanks, man. They
they might
ruined it.
re-explore a couple of things, just having it with like the bigger actors and stuff.
Yeah, they ruined our lad, man. These Yanks.
Cool.
Yeah. Oh man, no, I really wish you had seen Get Out before, because I was gonna spin it into a direction from there. You should watch it before our next
guys
episode,
want me
since
to
you
leave
watch like
and
10 movies a week, Bob.
And yeah.
Well,
You
I
guys
mean,
want me to
it's
leave
just Bridge on the River Quiet 9 times,
Yeah.
and then
And then
one
plus
other
one other
plus
one.
One other movie.
Yeah. Should we get started then? I guess.
Do you want
it
to?
was
Or
a
did
short
you wanna
intro.
bring
I mean, it
anything?
was a short intro. You have some.
I have some things.
Oh yeah, go for it.
Well, so I hope you guys have checked out the video, the YouTube video. I think it's a really cool. I'm talking to you, listeners.
Yeah.
I think it's a really cool way to interact with this podcast.
And by that, Bob, means that we put like this season's episode 1 like in a video format on YouTube.
Yeah, where it has some, it has the questions and the scores written out, but also, I think most interestingly, there's like maps and pictures and references. So
yeah, helper images to understand what
yeah,
we're talking about at some
so
points.
hopefully we'll get that out as quick as we can. But that
I'll
also
try-
takes.
It's probably going to be a week lag, I think. I'll try to do episode 2 today.
But
But then I think maybe Bob, you can start doing.
or I'll yeah,
You look into
we'll
it.
try it.
Yeah.
So, but also part of that is we need you guys, our listeners, to get on that Quiz Quarters YouTube page and subscribe and like and stuff like
Yep,
that.
and do all that stuff that
Right.
they tell you to do. We
Hey, and if you
appreciate
guys
it.
listen to us on iTunes or any other thing, press the like button, huh?
Yeah, or whatever
Right?
buttons you have in whatever.
I don't know if
podcast apps have like buttons.
I think there's a
iTunes,
rating. I think you can
iTunes
rate
has
it
a
on
rating
iTunes.
thing
Does
that is like apparently important for podcasts because they talk about it a lot. Rate us on iTunes.
I don't even know a rating. I think last time I checked we had like 3 ratings, but they were good. I think.
I know. So we have a good amount of listeners, guys, and we appreciate it. But we have way less, ratings, I guess. So just give us. It doesn't have to be that honest. Just give us a 5-star or a thumbs up. But anyway,
the honest reviews you can email to us.
Yeah.
quizquarterspodcast@gmail.com.
or catch me in the halls at work and berate me. Anyway, but it is really nice to see that you guys are listening and hearing from you guys. So get on that YouTube. All right, couple of things from that first episode actually. So
Okay.
it's the return of Bob Talk in its greatest and newest form, 3.0.
Yeah.
Just a couple of things that we were had questions about. Napoleon's wife, Mher, do you know her name?
Josephine.
Did you just see that? Because I wrote it
No,
down.
I didn't. I while I was editing the episode, actually, I was like,
okay. So
Josephine.
all of these might be
And
things
then
you
I
went back and
remembered,
looked
yeah,
up.
because I always revisit the questions when I'm editing it. So
Yeah, right.
that was right? It was
yeah.
Josephine.
So apparently he divorced her. I didn't know that.
Oh, really?
At a certain point, I think
Well,
married
she's
like
not gonna move out to some random island in the Atlantic with him. Like,
no. This was before
this
that.
is for you. It's not about you. It's me.
Yeah. I think he married some like royal woman from a different country, some European royalty.
Oh, afterwards.
This is like when he went super.
What a sellout, dude.
He went super Napoleon. Well, yeah, he sold out before that. He crowned himself emperor.
Yeah.
But what was badass about that? Was that
He said "fuck you" to the Pope.
yeah, the Pope wanted to crown him, and he was like, "Get the fuck out of here!
You're
Who the
just
fuck
some
are you?"
guy
dude?
with the funny
Yeah,
suit,
I'm
bro.
fucking Napoleon, bitch. All right, sorry. The other thing was Kagawa. Where we know that name.
Yeah, where do we know that name?
Shinji Kagawa, the Japanese soccer player.
Oh, yeah,
I think
yeah.
so. I think that's
Manchester United, or is that where he played?
I think he was. I'm not sure if he still is.
Yeah, there was a soccer player named Kagawa. There's a Korean player in the Premier League right now who's doing really well.
Hasn't there been one in the
Son.
Premier League for a while?
It might be the same guy. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's been on Manchester.
I think he's like
Well,
somewhere else.
that
I
might
think he's
have
at
been-
Tottenham or something.
Kagawa, I don't know.
Anyway,
I haven't been following.
sorry, not to say that Japanese and Korean have anything to do with each other other than
Yeah, but not you
geographic
wouldn't.
proximity.
Not you
Yeah.
wouldn't know that shit.
Yeah.
No, there's been a Korean guy in the Premier League.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's the same guy at this point though, because that was
Well,
kind of a long time ago.
maybe-
that
I think
knew.
it's a different guy.
Yeah,
now.
Maybe one of our top listeners, Seb, who follows
Yeah.
the Premier League and is a Manchester United.
Clear that up
fan.
for us.
He can live tweet us right now.
Yeah.
Live tweet us.
Well, you won't hear
Or-
this until later.
Tweet the Twitter page. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, you could say that. Yeah.
All right, do it.
There's also an Armenian soccer player, just in case.
Yeah, and he-
most of our listeners probably know, right?
Yeah, and he went
got
to
traded, yeah.
Roma.
Or whatever they say, transferred.
So the other thing is, you're wondering what Sato. I was wondering what he won the Nobel Prize for.
Yeah, what did he win a Nobel Prize for?
He won it because he represented the will for peace. This is a quote. I'm not characterizing it this way. Quote, represented the will for peace of the Japanese people and signed the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty in 1970.
I'm sorry, but fuck that, dude.
Wow. Maher's so...
It's such a cuck move, dude.
Maher is
You're
so
giving this
into-
guy an award for being a total cuck, right?
Damn, dude. What, some Japanese guy that lived through the horror of 2 nuclear bombings?
Yeah,
He's
but it's like,
advocating
yeah,
for
but his, yeah, exactly. That's the thing, though.
Also, what idiot wants
But this is the
peace?
thing. What I say with Nobel Peace Prizes, they have to give one out every year, and there's not a ton of peace going on. So
That's
the
true.
war-
That's true.
they got to give it to somebody.
Yeah. That's
But
what
it's like,
Let's
oh
give it to
yeah,
this guy who we
what I
fucked.
mean with the cuck move thing is oh yeah, I know we did this extremely horrible thing to your country, but we're cool, right? We'll give you an award if we're cool.
Yeah.
Well,
sign
also-
this paper, and we'll give you an award for your signature.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
Don't you-
I'm super pro nuclear non-proliferation. By the way, I just want to get that on record.
Hey,
That's a really difficult
can
word
you
to say.
can you not non-ironically use the word cock?
Yeah, I know. Sorry, dude. I've had this conversation with my brother, but like really the best thing to come out of like really the only good thing to come out of like Donald Trump and this like cultural thing that surrounds him is that word. I think it's just really funny.
Okay, cool.
I think, but that word didn't come from.
But the usage of
No.
that word in that way
Yeah.
is just really funny.
Yes.
That it's just like, well, you got to give it
Especially
to him. You know,
that
you just
short-
got to give it to him.
In that shortened form and all that. I mean, it's
Yeah.
silly though. You're laughing at the people using it. I think is part of the idea.
Yeah.
But also, Meher, to your point, really, it's like, what choice do we as Japanese people who are occupied and completely stripped of any military have but to be peaceful?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
well, were we going to wage some more war?
Yeah. No, totally. Exactly.
Yeah, and sorry, but yeah, it is kind of easy to be peaceful when you have the U.S. military fighting your wars as well. But anyway,
Sure. Yeah.
take that, Japan. Hey, another
Oh,
monarchy,
No, we
guys.
love our Japanese listeners.
Or what?
Or what?
Exactly.
I've never heard those words combined before.
Hey, they're a monarchy too. Look at these
They
islands.
still are, I think, right? Or is it?
They have an emperor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although he wanted to resign or something, and everybody was like, "No, bro, you can't resign."
Yeah, this is madness.
Yeah. Or maybe he did. I don't remember. Something
See,
like
I told you guys weird island nations
that. Yeah.
off the coast of large.
Continents.
Yeah. all right. That's too much time on Sato. Another thing
There
is,
you go. He signed a treaty that he was basically had no other choice. So,
yeah, but I think
good
that was
job,
like
bro.
the first or something. The international non-proliferation. It seems like they pushed it between the two countries. Probably, I mean, the U.S. and USSR.
Yeah.
Anyway, sobriquet. I think we just didn't realize what that was because we don't know how to pronounce it. But you know this word.
No, I imagine that's how it was spelled.
No, but it is spelled that way. How do you pronounce it?
I don't know.
I'm just saying
In
we didn't.
French, I could pronounce it. I think I don't know how it's
It's a
pronounced.
French word.
Sobriquet, right?
Okay.
I think the T is silent in that case.
I just mean when Naju read the question, I think we didn't recognize the word because we have seen this before.
I think
it was
I
a question
recognized
as
it.
well.
I still didn't know what it meant.
It was in a question recently we had.
Yeah, the
On Learn
sword,
League.
the handsome swordsman.
No, that was in this thing, but we had a question recently in Learn League about Athelred the Unready.
Oh, using that same word.
Sobriquet, yeah.
Oh.
So yeah, it just means a nickname or description like Athelred the Unready or
Yeah.
Alexander the Great. Hey,
Can I interject really quick to give the listeners an update?
Oh,
No, I
or
guess not.
another. Sorry, you
save
you
it.
can. Just very quickly, another question we had right after. No, it wasn't that. That's what the question was about, wasn't it? Charles the Seventh. Did we have a different question about Charles the Seventh?
We had a question about one of the French kings.
I'm sorry. Oh yeah, that was a different question. Same podcast. Was Charles the Seventh, whose sobriquet was the Affable. That's it.
That was a question we had.
No, it was just asking about which king ruled France when in the 100 Years' War.
Charles the
about it.
Affable. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's a good sobriquet to have. But I was gonna bring up that the listeners might want to know, and I'm just gonna brag a little bit that Bob and I had our second ever match in Learn League.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, so that was
We
kind of
did.
fun.
yeah.
We
What do you
actually
want to
got the
brag
sa-
about, Maher?
I think we got the same exact questions right, or we got the same number of questions.
we got
right.
the same number of questions right, but I bet
But Bob,
I bet that
slightly
Maher
missed.
would know what Foley art is.
Yeah, and I never heard of that. I don't know.
So the question
Maybe.
was like, what this person from like early Hollywood had a technique that had to do with sound and recording sound.
You know what
And
I
I just
actually
assumed
put?
it was Foley for Foley artist. What's
I
that?
actually put Wilhelm because
The Wilhelm screen,
Yeah,
yeah.
because that was on the previous episode of the podcast.
Yep.
Yeah, but that wasn't it. But now our all-time record is 1-1. So
Yeah,
I
so
tied
Maher
it up.
won that game by 1 point
Yeah.
because I misbet, I guess.
Well, I mean, how can you know? Like, I could have gotten that and not gotten the other one.
Well, because the other one was a tech question about a guy from Texas who was some kind of
No,
pioneer.
it was a chip from Texas.
Okay, I thought the guy was from Texas who pioneered a chip.
Yeah, I don't know if there was a guy, but maybe it was something
Okay.
along those lines. Yeah.
And it was asking for the name of the company, and I put like SanDisk or something. I don't know what that is. But I never connected with Texas Instruments, and that was the answer.
Yeah.
I mean, Texas was the answer, right?
Texas Instruments was the
Texas
answer,
Instruments,
which
right.
everybody who took high school calculus is familiar with,
Right.
or college calculus.
So, okay, here's another correction I need to give from that previous episode. Mher, you're right. The Louisiana, Illinois was not in the Louisiana Purchase.
Was it along the Mississippi?
Right, and I didn't know it went west, as the Mississippi goes west.
I don't understand what that means.
Like the further north you go, the Mississippi kind of.
Oh,
Just
veers
south.
west. It veers west.
And
Yeah, it
that
ends in
was
like
the-
Minnesota somewhere or something,
Yeah, so that was
or starts there, not ends.
the border of the Louisiana Purchase area. So, yeah, you're right. Illinois is not in there, but St. Louis definitely is, which is
Just 'cause it's just on the other side of the river, right?
right. And finally, this Mauryan Empire is what I was thinking of.
I don't remember that. What? How do
So
what's
the
Mauryan?
answer, the question was, there was an empire that united India.
Yeah.
And it was the Kushite Empire.
Right.
But I was thinking of the Mauryan Empire, which was from 322 to 185 BCE, which was just after like Alexander the Great and all that. And the guy I was thinking of was Chandragupta Maurya.
Yeah, that's a Civ guy.
But I think I had my answer as Ashoka, who was another huge leader
That
of that
sounds super
empire.
Japanese though.
Ashoka?
Yeah, he's an Indian guy.
Ashoka the Great, yeah. I mean, that empire had its zenith under him. I think he was the one in civilization, actually.
Well, in Civ 6, it's definitely... Well, I think there's two different Civ leaders.
There's a few of them.
But
You know,
Chandragupta
Gandhi was
is
in, like,
definitely
4.
one of them now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't know about the recent one.
And
And
he's
older
very
ones.
like handsome.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well,
What, his Civ model or his real life?
Yeah, a little
or
bit.
his-
He's just kind of
birth model.
jacked. Like no, it's like
Jacked.
really well sculpted.
well, I
Wait,
mean,
yeah, you
a
didn't
little
answer me,
bit-
man. His Civ model or his real?
No, it's
we don't know what
yeah, I
he
don't know
really
what
looked
looks
like. Naj. That was
I
2,300
mean, he's a bit
years
of a
ago.
butterface, but his like
Jeez.
well sculpted Civ model.
Also, yeah, there was a Kush in Africa, and this was way long ago. This was ancient Egypt times, like 2000 BC or something. And the Greeks called it, or like 1000 BC, but definitely before like the classical era. And Greeks called it in their geography Ethiopia. It's kind of in the same area as
They called it Ethiopia.
yeah, that
So who
area.
called it Kush? The Egyptians.
I think that's what they called like the civilization. I don't even know where the word.
And what
comes
is
from.
Nubia? Is that a little bit later, or is that like a meta term?
No, I think it's around the same time. I think Kush
Okay.
was like west and the Nubians east, but I think it's the same area, same general area, East Africa, like up there,
Yeah.
south of Egypt. Okay,
Cool.
so thanks for the tuning in.
Yeah. See you next week. Just kidding.
Bye, guys.
All right, hit the music.
All right, guys. As far as I remember, I kind of won by a big one last week.
Yeah, I don't remember. Yeah,
it
Bob
was
probably
5-2.
won. He definitely won. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I don't have to remember because I have it written down here. So. But yeah, so I'll start off this week. And Naj, you want to tell them what the game is?
Yeah, we got some new books. Bobber has gifted us. This is called "What's the Best Trivia Book?" ? And it's category based, which works well for our current season. And the category it's written by a single dude, David Fikes.
I guess. Or Fix.
Fikes. And we're gonna jump into science and nature. Quiz number 1.
And we'll do 10, I guess. Right?
Yeah,
'Cause each one needs to-
they're bunched up in 10. So quiz number 1 is 10 questions.
Well, we've been doing 10 questions.
we have.
Oh, that's right. The audience definitely knows that.
And Bobber won last time, so Bobber gets the first question. Bobber.
Naj.
What is extracted from the ore cinnabar?
You think it's
Cinnamon.
cinnamon or what? The creamy stuff they put on Cinnabons?
Yeah. Jizz.
Damn, dude. Cinnabar. I've heard this before.
Dude, this has come up so many times, and
I
I
know.
never learn. I just
I
never
can't.
learn.
So it wants the metal that comes out of cinnabar.
What is extracted from the ore cinnabar?
Man, I don't know.
The ore cinnabar or the ore of cinnabar? It
The
says.
ore cinnabar. No
Okay.
comma, no.
You know, they say
of,
or
no.
like it. Most of that stuff comes in like,
A raw on whatever form.
but you know, usually comes with a specific type of metal, other kind of metal or element that it's mixed with. So cinnabar, I'm really not sure. I'm also wondering why it would be something we would have heard of so much. It must be some kind of metal that's important.
Maybe. It literally has come up like maybe 3 times in the last year of my life, and I just keep not remembering.
Same here. So I'm gonna say something valuable like gold or silver. You know, I'll just say silver.
One answer, please.
I'll say silver.
Silver is incorrect.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's more of a little bit more of a more common metal.
You think so?
I was thinking maybe copper
It could also
or like aluminum,
be one of those metals that we don't usually think of as a metal, like
molybdenum or something.
What?
I don't know. Tungsten.
no, like other things that are around us in life.
Iron? No, people think of iron as a metal.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking of anyway. Go on.
I don't know, man.
Jeez.
Yeah. No, let's just go with copper, man.
Or like light. Hey, I was thinking of copper too. Why? Because of the
color, maybe.
the color.
Yeah, I don't know.
Why is
maybe
that
that's
related
where
to
maybe that's where cinnamon got its
Oh,
name.
because of the cinnamon color.
I don't
Okay,
know.
that's what I think the process I went through.
Yeah,
man.
I don't have a
The
better
cinnamon's
guess.
kind of red.
Yeah.
That process was wrong. It's mercury.
Mercury. All right, this time I'm definitely remembering for next time.
Mercury.
Cinnabar, mercury. Associate those things together.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen. Mercury, whose common name Mher is. We just had a question about this.
Greek name is
No.
Hermes, I think.
But we had the question the other way around. Blank
Yeah.
is like the common name for
no, it was,
what element?
Wait, what? Oh yeah, Quicksilver or something.
Yep.
I thought you were talking about Learn League and the NASA program, also Mercury, because that came up recently.
Oh, no. The question was about the god of.
Oh yeah. it was.
This thing is related to the god.
Goddamn, so many things are named after Mercury
Dude,
and the
so-
planet.
Yep.
The planet, the god, the
So
metal.
let me ask you,
the
like,
NASA
I didn't know
program.
that the answer to that question specifically, but I kind of connected it. The question was,
Yeah, they
like-
sounded like astronauts to you.
no.
Yeah.
Is that what it was asking?
It was a name of a bunch of astronauts, some of which I recognized. It said are associated with what god from the Roman pantheon.
Oh my god, because it said things like Cooper and other words. Like a Cooper, and I associated those with the jobs. I thought it was
Shepherd.
Shepherd, yes. I was like, I thought it was associating it with like different jobs, like profession. You know, you have the god
No
of
fucking way. Is that why
Yes.
you got it?
yeah, because he is the god of like blacksmiths and stuff like that, and I just kind of associated it
No,
that
dude.
way.
I well, actually, now I'm second guessing myself. But those were astronauts that were in the Mercury
Yes,
program.
because some of them weren't jobs that I recognized. Some of them weren't like Cooper.
Johnson? What the
Johnson.
fuck is that?
But literally none of them were names like that. That like
Party foul.
Carpenter was the first one.
Oh, okay.
Cooper, Glenn, which is I was like Glenn.
That's a field.
I thought that was a field. Grissom, Skira, Shepherd, Slayton.
You're like, at least 3 of these are like professions or something.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy. That
So
makes
you
so
got
much-
that right on like completely coincidence?
Yeah, because I totally didn't know the answer, but again, like I said, I associated with
At
a
least
blacksmith
Grissom
or
and
whatever.
Glenn are famous astronauts that were in that program, right?
Right.
John Glenn, and I don't know what Grissom's first name was.
Also, dude,
Shepard, Alan Shepard, right? He was a famous astronaut.
this is the other question about Primo Levi's book about chemical elements that had 21 things, stories from chemical elements. I just totally guessed the periodic table as the answer. I was even gonna put.
Dude, I was thinking about that, but I thought nobody's gonna make a book called Periodic Table.
Neither
That's
did I.
fucking
I
generic as fuck.
totally brushed it off as a wrong answer.
Yeah.
Um,
But I was thinking the same thing. I put periodicals, which I was like, it's like a pun because periodical publications.
actually, I wrote out laboratory or laboratory. That was for you British listeners.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, that was a nice. What do you call it?
How did we get into that conversation?
Tangent?
Yeah.
Mercury.
Oh, that was okay. Question 2. Holy shit! All right.
Yeah.
So neither one of us got Mercury.
Yep. The audience is very confused about what just happened.
All right. I'll edit it to make sure it sounds good.
Okay, question 2, Mher. 0-0.
Bob, we're not tied at 10. What are you doing?
I accidentally wrote it in the wrong place, so I made it look like an
Bob
X.
wrote X's under our
Is
names.
that better?
Now it's an asterisk. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead. Question 2.
Science and nature. Who is the Bluetooth wireless technology named after?
It's my question.
It is.
Well, so I kind of know generally. I don't know what the guy's name was.
I know what his name is.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, it was like some Norse pirate or some shit.
Pirate, damn, bro. They're Vikings.
Yeah, I don't know. I
But
only
he
know
was
like a couple of them, and one of them was famously known as a different color, so that's probably not it. So I'll say Leif Erikson.
No.
No.
He was a Viking king, dude. Harald Hardrada.
Oh, really? He was Bluetooth? Oh, fuck.
Right?
Another Civ fucking, like, Civ 6
I didn't know he was in
leader.
Civ.
Yeah, he's in
Is
this
that right?
latest recent
Say it
one.
again.
Harald Hardrada?
Incorrect.
Damn.
It is King Harold Gormson.
That's
That
it,
was
though.
a different Herald.
What do you mean
Okay.
that's it?
I don't know if it's a
Yeah, I mean, I
different
don't know
Herald.
what. Yeah, I don't know either of these people.
Okay.
I'm not gonna accept Harada for Gormson.
Hardrada.
Harold Hardrada was the guy that was, I think he was like king of like England or some subdivision of England for a while too,
Ruled Denmark in
Like
the 10th century,
around-
it says.
around Battle of Hastings era ish.
Harald Sigurdsson.
It says Sigurdsson?
It says Gormson.
Gormson.
Yeah, I guess.
Maybe it wasn't Harold Hardrada.
All right.
Well, we both knew it was some Viking dude.
I got closer. Yeah, Harald Hardrada was one of the big Viking kings.
I think he had like
Yeah,
a
he
claim
had the
to like
English-
the English throne or something. Or
Oh, he was the guy. Shoot, sorry. He was the guy that invaded just before William in 1066.
yeah, that's what I said. Yeah,
Oh, did you? Okay.
I said around Battle of Hastings ish era.
Nice.
right?
Okay. Sorry, I was so confident about that. Sorry, Bobheads.
It's all right. They forgive you.
So if I just said Harold,
Probably not.
well, if I just said Harold the Bluetooth with his sobriquet,
It does say King Harold, quote unquote, Bluetooth.
Could we have just said Bluetooth?
yeah, seriously.
I mean, like we know each other like that. We just go. I just
You
go by
you would have had to say King Bluetooth.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, question 3, Bob. 0-0. What medical condition is detected using the Ishihara test?
Holy crap! I'm pretty sure I've heard this. Like I don't know what it is, but I
makes
watch a
one.
lot of like fucking
Japanese
medical-
porn.
like medical procedural things like House. You know? It said what disease?
Medical condition.
Ishihara.
Health is a medical condition.
I guess so. I don't know. Arthritis.
Incorrect.
I mean, I'm sure they'd have.
Yeah.
Ouch! My bones hurt so much. Is like the test for arthritis. My joints hurt.
Yeah, I don't know. This is kind of a shot in the dark. Alzheimer's disease.
Incorrect. I was like, shot in the dark. Oh.
Is it
Blindness.
blindness?
Colorblind.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
damn.
not dark. Well, my hair.
That's not
Kind of isn't, yeah.
Dude.
Blindness is, but colorblindness
Didn't
isn't.
you do work in a place with Alzheimer's a lot?
Yeah.
And didn't you also say that you can only really
Yeah, they
test
have.
Alzheimer's after you're dead?
Yeah, there's really only way to confirm it, but they have like a bunch of like these different cognitive tests that they use.
Uh-huh.
So I thought, oh, maybe it's one of those.
But you can confirm it with 100% accuracy post-death?
Well, it's like what is Alzheimer's disease really?
Yeah,
Like,
you
it's
look at
only
the brain
defined
and you
by,
say,
like,
"Fuck."
things that are very histological. There are things that you find in the brain, so you can't really.
But you can't find that when they're alive.
Not really. I mean, I think there's
Unless
like
you open up their head, right?
Yeah, I mean, I read like there's something at one point. This is super uninteresting, but there's something that somebody was developing where you could basically look into people's retinas and try to detect it.
To get like a magnified.
Yeah,
thing, or,
because
like-
that's as close as you're gonna get. Like the neurons in your retina, if it's happening there, then it might indicate, or something might indicate that. But otherwise, it's in your brain.
people are like physically cracking open skulls and
Not while they're alive.
no, but that's
Like
how you find it.
autopsies.
Yeah, but
That's how you would
That's how you, like,
confirm,
confirm
it.
it,
But a lot
really.
of times you will just get a diagnosis for Alzheimer's because it's pretty obvious.
right, yeah,
Right.
Based on, like,
yeah,
cognitive
because
stuff.
that's why I was confused. But
Damn, dude.
But you can't know that it's not caused by something else, like a tumor or whatever, or some other random thing.
Right, somebody might show the same symptoms, but it could be
Caused by a
possibly
different
something.
thing. But there's like a definite, like, Bob's favorite word, physiological, like, thing that's happening that causes Alzheimer's.
Fuck, is that my favorite word?
yeah. What I was like, what? I thought it was.
Sorry.
I thought it was centrifugal.
Yeah, seriously.
I don't know if it was your favorite word, but you emphasized it in a previous episode about what the definition of a drug is.
Because it's a good thing to know, man. Because
Physiological.
people don't realize what drugs are. That's it. Also, what is the
Lurk
definition?
more.
What's the definition of a disease?
Yeah.
Huh? I asked you. What's the definition
Oh
of a disease?
fuck! I don't know, man.
Isn't it like a
yes.
set of symptoms or whatever? Basically,
I think it's probably a set of symptoms that have a common cause, right? It's the sort of chain of cause and effect that leads from something to like some undesirable or
right.
whatever set of symptoms.
Yeah, I always like careful. Like people say, alcoholism is a disease. Like I don't know, is it? I never
How
hear
do you
doctors
define
really
it?
say that. Like you got
Yeah.
alcoholism.
Yeah, I mean,
I think maybe
if you think of like okay, well, if
Addiction
you
to
talk
things
about
is a
like
condition?
psychological disorders, it's kind of in the same realm. Almost,
Yeah, but that's
right?
why you
like
call
if
it
you're
a-
obsessive compulsive.
yeah.
that
You don't
not-
say, "Oh, this guy has an obsessive compulsive disease."
Yeah,
Nobody says
usually you
that.
call those disorders. Disease is a little bit more, like you said, physiological. Usually, I think.
Oh, I didn't say that. I asked you, but okay.
I don't know. I'm not
Well,
making.
we
We
can
should get a
find out.
doctor on the show.
Sure.
This is not medical advice, by the way. You can't
Bob,
sue us.
isn't Bobber a doctor?
Yeah, a very non-medical doctor. All right. Ready.
Going to my hair. It is still 0-0. Question 4 out of 10.
Okay.
What condition is singultus?
What?
Singultus? Singultus?
What condition is singultus? Can you spell it?
Singultus.
G-I-L?
Gul.
Singultus?
Yes, singultus.
I'm trying to find like a familiar root in there.
Gultus, is that something?
I don't know. It sounds kind of familiar.
Very
but
good.
maybe
Just take
not.
out the first syllable.
I think like glute is like.
Your butt.
No, isn't it also you tasting? No. Maybe that's something else.
Oh, like a gullet is a structure in your throat.
Yeah.
Or not your throat, animal's throat.
I don't really know. Singultus. Maybe it's taste blindness. It's probably not. I don't.
What condition?
What condition is singultus? Is
Yes.
it italicized?
Nope.
Is it saying it like an adjective? Like, oh, that shit's so singultus.
Always.
Yeah, this is another shot in the dark. This is pretty hard. Yeah. It's going to be a common term for something, and this is maybe some sort of scientific term. So it's going to be a disease with like a sort of common name or like a folksy kind of name, like sleepwalking or some shit like that. Maybe it is sleepwalking.
Or
like-
what's that baseball player that had a disease named after him? That
Lou
sounds-
Gehrig's disease.
Yeah, it sounds
but
folksy.
it is named after a folk.
Y'all got that Lou Gehrig disease.
Yeah. You know, the only folksy disease name I can think of is sleepwalking, or disorder name, maybe condition name. I'll say sleepwalking. I don't know. It has
Why does that
nothing
sound
to do
folksy? I don't know. Chicken pox, like a farmer came up with that shit.
Well, yeah.
But it probably
Incorrect.
comes from chickens. So
Wrong folk.
I'm thinking it's something like hiccups.
Yeah, also folksy.
Yeah, but it's a condition. So I'll say hiccups.
There is our first point of the game.
It is
Nice.
hiccups?
Hiccups.
Ah, fuck. I
Wow.
gave you that clue with that throat thing, man. Or you gave it to yourself.
I say, yeah, okay, sure. Wow,
I
dude.
was here for you to speak to when you brought that up.
I was so
I
down
was
on
here for you, man.
I was so down on myself for not getting the one history question we
yeah,
had.
in the science and nature.
Wait, you
Yeah.
had a history question?
Yeah, the King Herald.
Oh, yeah.
Bluetooth. Who
What
knows?
does that have to do with science?
Yeah, I know. That's what I was saying.
Well, Bluetooth, it's a technology invention, whatever.
Yeah, I
but
guess. It's like, what is it named after? That's not...
Gromelson? Who knows that, dude?
Gormson.
Gormson. Fuck you.
Well, the guy who made Bluetooth probably knew that.
He's like,
Gormson.
pick a historical figure I know nothing about.
Yeah. Also, his name was Sigurdsson, which is crazy. There's a soccer player named Sigurdsson.
Oh.
Bobber and a sucker.
Sounds kind of Icelandic. Is that an Icelandic soccer player? Or a Danish one?
Well, the king was he's Icelandic, actually, I think. And the king is Norwegian settled Iceland.
Makes sense. There you go.
Question 5,
And
Bobber.
also, I think it just means son of Sigurd.
Yeah, that's a good guess.
Because I'm pretty sure, Icelanders, their last names literally work that way.
Yeah.
It's just whatever the parents.
Is it really?
Yeah.
But it's gendered too, which is like
Right.
one of the, other than like Russian, the only other
Right.
gendered last name I know of.
1-0. Bobber.
1-0.
Or, in Russian, they do the middle name. Do
Yeah,
they
but-
do that for
But
the
their last
last
names are
names
actually
too?
gendered too. Like Ova instead of Ova,
Yeah.
right? Anna Kournikova or Maria Sharapova. Or whatever tennis players.
Shoot, I didn't even
Because
think about
that's
that.
or
I didn't even think about that.
Safina, etc.
Cool. All right.
In computing, what is half of a byte called?
Whose question is it?
Bobber.
Okay.
Man. I know like 8 bits are a byte. Some crap like that. You think it's a semi-byte? A nibble? I heard a nibble is like a unit of
Computing,
something.
really?
Yeah.
Memory?
Something like that, like, 'cause one is called a byte. So I'll just say bit, even though I'm pretty sure that's wrong. But I think my hair's gonna know it, and I don't want to waste people's time.
Bit is incorrect.
Yeah, I don't actually know what half of a byte. What is a half of a byte called?
Yep.
Hey, wasn't I right though? Like 8 bits are a byte or something
Yeah.
like that?
So I don't know what 4 bits is. Well, can I read can I hear the question again?
Nope.
Okay. So
what is half of a byte called in computing?
yeah, I don't. I just don't know if
If
I've even heard of anything at like 4-bit. What would be a 4-bit thing? Maybe there's something I'm really missing.
Demi byte,
Like even like just
Semi-byte.
plain integers or one.
byte.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe it is a nibble.
Maybe it's just called a 4-bit. I'll say 4-bit.
It is called a nibble.
Is it really?
Yes.
There you go, Vav.
What
Congratulations.
the hell?
Pride points on that one. I'm gonna award them.
Thanks, man. That's funny, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, you funny scientist. Why didn't you say it, my hair?
I've never heard of a nibble.
I was like, for a second, I was like, wow, did Maher step his game up and feign ignorance on that nibble comment? Because he wanted to answer? But no, he just didn't know.
I've never heard of that. Maybe it's like in some book somewhere. I've never like heard of that, even though like I've been kind of programming for a while. Never heard of a
I
nibble.
apparently have heard of it.
Okay.
All right.
Question sexy 6. Maher. What sense is most closely linked to memory? Multiple
what
choice.
sense is well, I mean, I've seen the Axe commercials, so I'm gonna cite that and say smell.
Yeah, I've heard that. in
That
other-
was the first study of that research. It was the X commercial.
Yeah, the X commercial.
I've heard
really
that other places.
blew up the scientific community on that one. But well, I don't even know if it was an Axe commercial. I just only know that I had this like Axe spray that really reminded me of a time that I used to wear it.
Dude, absolutely, man. Sometimes, yeah, people say like, "Oh, you smell grandma's cooking," and it takes you
Yeah.
as an example. But yeah, definitely, there's so many things where sometimes I'll even be like, "What does that remind me of?" Like, I can't even remember. What
Yeah,
it reminds me
but
of.
it's like a very familiar smell.
Yeah.
But honestly, a question like that is, I know it's like a very common saying. It's like, but how do you even like determine something like that? This is just some guy wrote some pop science article in
Okay.
like 1982, and then
Bobber wants to say
Mher?
something.
it became like the
Bobber wants
urban
to say
legend. Oh,
something.
smell is tied to
Mher?
memory. Yeah, go ahead. Are you gonna? But I'm sure that it's some sort of thing like that. That's the history of this. It's like there's no way to actually.
No, I mean,
say
but
this.
dude, there's probably ways of like, I don't know, where people have studied it, and you can kind of. I'm not saying that isn't that necessarily. It could be, but I feel like something like this, where you can kind of do studies where you can like, oh, this part of the brain triggers or whatever.
Yeah, but honestly,
Also, this book, Mher, what's his name, said he meticulously site checked all of the
yeah,
questions.
I guess we might have to do. Look, I'm just saying, and I'm gonna just pull like the personal like life experience card on this. Is that I don't think we don't really know things like this at this point. Like, yeah, you can like measure like oxygen concentration in different parts of the brain while you do different tasks, but you don't really know that what this question is saying is true.
Well, especially
or even if it even makes sense to frame the idea that way.
right, and especially with like the idea of comparing senses. So like, how are you going to
Yeah.
compare like your understanding of a memory when you see, oh, that's my mom. I see a picture of my mom. How is that
Right.
not like more hard wired into my memory
Then smelling your mom. Or
yeah,
something.
then smelling. Yeah, it's just like
yeah.
Yeah, so dude, I think you're right that those kinds of questions, like especially in that other book we were looking at, seems to be full of that kind of question,
Yeah.
right? Something like this, I think probably you can kind of. I'm less mad about this question if there is some kind of science behind it, even if it's like
what
you're
it's
drawing
saying is like,
conclusions.
do you know the commonly cited factoid of X? Is what this
Right,
question
yeah,
is saying.
yeah, exactly.
It's not like, are you a scientist and did you study the brain to know this in a way? But likely what the source of this kind of thing is that some person published some article that probably established like let's say a decently well established thing about the brain in some time.
and it's linked to smell.
Yeah, or whatever, and it probably didn't even mean any of that, and it got picked up by some like popular science reporting thing that said this, and then it got like, sort of recycled one more time into pop culture.
Dude, yeah, absolutely.
Like, become
I mean,
this like urban legend that did you know smell is most linked to memory?
sure. But again,
And then you're like, I had this axe deodorant that reminded me of
the
this.
Axe deodorant thing reinforced it.
I think that's part of it, right? It's because it's very reinforceable on a personal level, right? When you hear that, you're like, oh yeah, I remember this time that smell reminded me of.
Yeah,
something.
but it's like, if you see a picture of yourself when you were 7
Right,
at some
right.
place, that also does that.
Well, that's a
Everything
big
does
thing
that.
for me.
Like,
Is
what
like,
does it even mean? To have a
obviously,
sense?
our vision is our primary sense, and we understand so much of life through
I know,
our
but
vision.
Mher,
And like, so seeing something, how do you not recall memory?
How is that not
yeah,
the strongest
Yeah, how
sense
is that?
that's linked
Yeah,
to
exactly.
memory,
Yeah, how
right?
is that not
Okay.
recalling memory when you
But
see something
this
that's
is what
familiar?
you're doing, that you're accusing that question of feeling. You're kind of drawing conclusions about.
But I don't want to
what
say
they
that
mean.
vision is
Yeah,
most
yeah,
linked
yeah,
to it.
yeah.
I,
Well, that's
I-
what you guys are just saying.
No,
right
but that's
now.
no,
that's
it's just to provide a possible counter.
yeah, exactly, exactly. It's not.
That's a possible counter answer, but,
But
again, I'm
but
saying this could specifically go back to a conclusion that somebody or a group of people drew. And I know what you're saying, that usually it's not that simple of a thing, right? That is a factoid. That's usually, they don't write a science paper saying
Man,
X equals Y like that.
Honestly, if you like spent like probably like a couple of weeks like tracing like the source of this whole story, you could
But
probably
dude,
get
this
to the
is
bottom
so
of it.
vaguely worded where I'm not mad at it.
I'm
It's
not
pretty
either,
vaguely
but
worded, dude.
But it's,
Like,
I mean, this
there's
is definitely
other
not the
ones.
first time any of us have heard this
Right.
concept.
Yeah,
right?
we've all
yeah,
heard it,
yeah,
and
yeah.
that's what the question is
Yeah,
do
yeah.
you know this commonly cited factoid?
Right, exactly.
Right.
That's what he was saying.
But the thing
No,
is, it's so
because there are
poorly
commonly
defined.
cited
What does it
things
even
that
mean
are-
for to have a sense linked to a memory linked or whatever?
Right,
word it is?
exactly.
What does
That's
that
what I'm
even fucking
saying.
mean?
What does that mean?
Yeah, it doesn't
There,
really.
there
mean
might be
anything.
something that it actually means in person that people
All
that
right,
came
I'm
to
gonna.
that conclusion.
If you guys want, I'll study this and I'll report back next week
hey,
for a Mher talk.
Mher talk.
Yeah.
It's
But-
been literally forever.
But dude, I don't know. All I'm saying is that there are other cases where there are things cited like that where, again, this might be one of them, but that are like so far away from the original conclusion, the people that said something like it, like so far away from it as to not be true. You know what I mean?
That the original people disavow the factoid or something.
Or like it was just so, I don't know. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Or it's closest to the, I don't know, the sense of. Anyway. You get what I mean, though? I feel like I can't come up with the one right now. Or here, I don't know. Here's something I hear all the time. If your maternal uncle is bald, you're going to be bald.
I personally know that that's bullshit.
But exactly, dude. Like, where did that come from?
Yeah, it
Like,
was probably a similar thing. It was probably some like
But we know that it's BS. But this one, like, is probably a little bit more. Somewhere has to do with the reality, right?
That one is probably more like some old wives' tale or something, you know. And I
Oh.
mean that in a non-sexist way.
Did you know that your nails and hair grow after you die? It's like things like that. Like,
Yeah.
well, we know they
urban
don't.
legend? Maybe that's the better word for it.
Okay. But like something like this, at least I think is probably somewhere.
Rooted
True.
a little bit more in something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Then that, yes.
All right, let's do it.
All right, we're on
7.
7. Back to Bobber.
Fuck,
It is
dude,
1-1.
I gotta get on the board, man. It's 1-1.
It's
Did I
1-1.
get one?
You got fucking smell, bro. The whole thing we've been talking about.
You want to disavow that?
Practice?
We talking about sight? We talking about sight?
Yeah, I know I was supposed to see and all that, make my teammates better.
But I'm just about smelling, man. All right.
Not smelling. All right, sorry.
sight.
Bob has
Bob
no
doesn't
idea
get,
what we're
Bob doesn't
talking
get
about.
it.
Yeah, some
Iconic.
stupid basketball
Yeah,
thing.
iconic.
Practice,
Oh, there you go.
practice.
Hey, Bobber.
All right, I'm not.
All right, there you go, Bob. You know the practice meme.
Okay, Bobber. It is 1-1. Question
Okay.
7 out of 10.
Also, another thing I know is we have more than 5 senses. Anyway, go for it.
What are the only 2 elements that are liquid at room temperature?
Oof.
What are the only 2 what elements?
Elements. I need both.
All right, I'm gonna say mercury and gallium.
Incorrect.
That's not right. Are you sure? What did he say? Liquid or room temperature? Should we just take a fill time?
Or can you think of what it is? I mean, mercury's
I have another guess, but
mercury's liquid at room temperature, right?
mercury is definitely one of them. I'm pretty. How did you know about gallium, Bob?
Reddit.
I
And it's
thought that
named
was
after
it,
France.
dude. Is it really? Is it gallium?
Mhm.
The idea?
Like polonium's named after Poland.
Oh, because they discovered it or something. Or Einsteinium is named after Einstein.
Well, the Polish in general discovered. No, I think because Curie was Polish or something. I don't know.
She was French, I thought. Maybe she was
Yeah.
like Chopin, where she was
Chopin.
kind of French, but really
Kind of
Polish.
French.
Or the vice versa.
I forget Chopin. Chopin's dad was French, but he was, or vice versa. I guess I don't remember.
His son was French.
Well, Chopin, I think is definitely a French name.
Yeah, he might have shortened it from Chopinsky or something. Yeah, I thought it was the mercury and gallium too.
Well, what
Maybe
else is
gallium is wrong. Maybe it was a G one. Germanium. That's the only other G one I can think of.
I don't even know what that is. Though. It's liquid at room temperature.
Can I hear the question again specifically?
What are the only 2 elements that are liquid at room temperature?
Standard pressure.
I think that's what room temperature implies, though.
Yeah, I guess. STP. What is that? Standard temperature and pressure.
So,
Yeah, I'll just go with that. I don't waste. I don't have any other guesses other than mercury. I'm pretty sure is definitely one of them.
It's like liquid nitrogen has to be super cold.
Well, yeah, that's clearly not room temperature. Except maybe a room on I don't know, Uranus or something.
Huh.
Not
Maybe.
STP, homie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not STP. I'll just say I'll say germanium because I think it was a G one.
Mercury and bromine. A bromine.
You guys are my bromines.
Bromine?
Bromine.
What is that? What's the atomic number? Does it say?
No, what? No.
Is it BR? That's, really
That's not a
small
number.
ones. That's not a number. But one of the B ones is very small. It's like right after I don't know, helium or something. All right, next.
All right. 1-1. Question 8 to Mher. What is the only rock that floats in water?
Yeah, I don't think I know this. How many rocks do I even know?
There's
I have so many rock
Dwayne
friends.
Johnson.
Wait, what was the first example?
Dwayne Johnson. Alcatraz.
Yeah. There's some drug that's also known as rock, right? Crack.
Very
Crack rock.
crack rock.
So it's either crack rock, Dwayne Johnson,
Or
Alcatraz.
Alcatraz. Yeah. Tough choice. Yeah. Bob probably. This seems like Bob has a friend who's a geologist, so it's not fair.
I haven't seen it in like 5 years.
That's how friends work.
Did you
just
guys
share
hear what happened in Saudi Arabia, by the way?
with all those
Ever?
rocks.
No, the Houthis flew a drone and took out one of the extremely important oil refinery centers or something, and it's gonna have I don't know, huge impact on their oil exports or something. You didn't hear about this?
When?
This weekend. Anyway, that's kind of unrelated.
Yeah, I don't know why that came up.
Because my geologist
Bob's
friend,
Okay.
worked in Saudi Arabia for a while.
as an oil and gas person or something. Yeah. I don't know. What are different kinds of rocks even? Stalagmite and stalactite, right? What are those?
Those are formations.
Quartz.
I don't know, what is a rock, right?
Marble's sink, so it's not marble. Granite is a rock we know from Learn League, and it's the most common rock.
Yeah.
Fun fact. I will say granite.
I think the most common rock you kind of run into, I don't know what,
limestone is probably a rock, right?
you know what limestone is, right? I mean,
I've heard of the word
it's-
many times.
It's, God, what are those? So it's the dead carcass, the dead fossils of sea creatures,
Is it really? That's not a rock, right?
right? But it's
It's
calcified.
stonish. Yeah. All right, fuck it. I'm gonna say granite. I don't really know other rocks.
What is the only rock that floats in water?
I'm pretty sure.
Granite is incorrect. The
pretty-
most common rock does not float, I'm pretty sure.
Most rocks
Don't, there's only one that doesn't.
Yeah,
Dude,
I just don't know rocks, man.
I'm
My
pretty
rock
sure
game is
it's-
weak.
I'm pretty sure it's the light, fluffy volcano rock like pumice. So I'll say pumice.
Pumice is correct.
Ah, motherfucker. Bob knows all these fucking things, dude. Isn't that the thing that they use to scrape the calluses off
Yeah.
people's feet?
That's why it's all
It has holes in it and shit.
yeah. That's why it's light.
Bob is so smart, man.
Thanks, bro.
He's-
Just trivial things.
He's pretty knowledgeable for sure.
Yeah.
You guys
I mean, I knew
might
all
not
those
hear.
things, but I didn't put it together, you know?
yeah.
I mean, he has other faults though.
Yeah. And that's what's most important.
Remember, kids. If you think somebody else is good at something, they're probably really bad at other things. Fuck them.
No.
All right.
Bob
All
is
right.
good. Bob is good, kids.
Bob is great.
good. Bob is great. The leader is great. Question number 9 out of 10 for Bobber. He is up now 2-1.
Why both of them? All right.
What?
You said 9 and 10.
Question 9 out of 10.
Oh. Ooh.
Hansen's disease is more commonly known as what?
I know this one. It is leprosy.
Ooh, for the game.
Nice.
Did you know that one?
I didn't know that, yeah. I just don't know these things, man. I like spent many years in like scientific fields and shit.
Fourth.
Bob just beat me. It's kind of embarrassing.
Sorry, bro.
But
Question number
I
10
didn't
for
study
3
leprosy,
points.
though.
Neither did I.
For the win for 3 points. Question number 10.
What?
Sick.
Last question, Mher. Pride. What is the second hardest gem after diamond?
All these fucking rock questions,
I know.
dude.
It's either rock or technology.
Yeah.
The 2 Mercury questions.
I mean, yeah. I don't know. What are gems? I don't know. Fucking ruby. Yeah, no, that's probably not it.
Right.
Topaz. That's my
Topaz.
birthstone or whatever the fuck they call it. I know that.
I
it's
believe
orange.
those are both gems. Yeah.
Emerald is one, right?
Well,
What is a gem? Is it just like a colorful rock? Is that the idea?
There's some kind of consistency thing. I think makes it a gem. That's rarity.
Emerald, jade.
What's my birthstone? It's the what's the blue stuff?
Sapphire.
That they make like
Is sapphire blue? I don't know. I think.
that they make
Yeah, it's like bluish.
like jewelry out of and stuff in the Southwest.
They
What
make
is that
jewelry
called?
out of all these rocks.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
right.
know which one you're. Topaz? No, not topaz. Turquoise.
Turquoise, I think maybe.
I feel like turquoise and jade are rocks. They're not gems.
Dude,
I don't
Gems
know
like
what these
gems have a
things are.
stop.
gems have like a sparkly quality. That's
Yeah, they're
what-
see-through.
yeah,
right?
yeah, they're like translucent.
Turquoise is not see-through.
They're
yeah.
opaque.
yeah, and neither is jade.
Opal is another.
Yeah,
one.
opal is translucent.
I don't know what jade is, honestly.
It's like just a green rock.
It's like green turquoise or whatever.
Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't fucking know.
Ooh, the April birthstone is diamond.
Hey, Bob, why are you looking up the answer?
I'm not.
You're kind of looking up some answers right now.
I'm not.
You have to read everything you're seeing.
Yeah, you have to read everything.
Anyway, the game's over. It doesn't matter. I don't know. What's the second hardest? Emerald.
Emerald weapon. Incorrect.
Okay.
Topaz.
Incorrect.
What was it?
Sapphire.
Sapphire.
Sapphire?
Yeah.
All right, good game, man.
Yeah,
Science,
GG.
bro.
That
I love
was
science.
really scientific.
Great.
Back to back W's.
So, I mean, all I was reading was this whole long thing that says birthstones for the calendar month of April are diamond, opal, and sapphire.
There's multiple ones. What the fuck? Hey, but honestly, like, who came up with? Oh, these are the birthstones or whatever. Like,
Probably De Beers or whoever.
Some
sells them.
company and shit
Yeah.
that makes the shit. Yeah. No, that's a good guess. All right.
Good
Well,
game, guys.
to our audience, thanks guys for listening. To my co-conspirators, thanks for playing with me. And I guess we'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Bye. Bromine.